You're gonna be able to see it. And even if you
What is this green?
yeah. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy EJ, aka Mr. Conversation. And you are tuned in to another episode of the Hot Seat with EJ Thomas. And I got the hot girls over here, man. We got Miss She Noor on the left. We got Miss Beauty Elise in the middle. And we got Scott Rain on the right. What's good with you? What's up? What's up? Okay, we're gonna get straight into the show today, y'all. We got a bunch of topics today. We're gonna cover, should EBT be on fast foods and restaurants? We're gonna talk about how to get your groove back after a failed relationship. We're gonna talk about, is intuition real or not? And lastly, we're gonna talk about defining intimacy, because I think all of us, from briefly talking about it early, really got something to say on all of these, but especially that one, because it's a lot of people don't really know what intimacy actually is. All right. So we're going to start off with this EBT at fast food. So this comes from McDonald's about a month ago, basically saying that people can come and use EBT for their food, fast food. So I said, okay, I personally know that people go to Publix and get cold food, stuff like that right now. But we're talking about hot food, stuff like that. How do you feel about it? I'm going to start with Elise in the middle. How do you feel about using EBT for restaurants, like to go to Longhorn Steakhouse or go to something like that for it? What's up?
To be honest, I'm glad that they did it. I
Okay.
feel like it makes people's lives easier sometimes. If you don't want to cook and you don't have that much money, you can use your car, you can take your kids out, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I guess to me, it was a good idea.
Okay. What's up? Sean, what you got for me, man? Talk to me about EBT. How you feel about it in being allowed for restaurants and fast food?
Well, I will say that my mind changed on it, because a minute ago, I was like, I wish every restaurant, fast food restaurant, accepted EBT, because there's a place in Columbus up here that take EBT for seafood and hot or cold, so it don't matter. So I was like, damn. But now it's just kind of like me actually going through shit and understanding. It's just like, you got EBT to put groceries in your house, not to go out and go get McDonald's. You got EBT because you don't have the money to go get McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted that bad, just go get the food and make the McDonald's at home. That's just how I feel.
Like when your mom used to say, we got McDonald's.
Like we got McDonald's at home, because that's what I do when I want shit. I just go, I got food stamps, I don't give a fuck. I got my shit, and now I make the shit I want to make at the house.
For sure. All right, what about you, Scott? Talk to me.
I was basically going to say the same thing, and it's like,
My boy, I need you to step up out of there. I need you to go. You can't just walk up and post stuff.
the bus. Okay.
I don't know. All right, but yeah.
But anyway, I agree with what she said, because the EBT is supposed to put groceries in the house, right? And even if you do go out to eat and use your EBT, you're going to be spending way more money than what you would be spending if you would just prepare that meal at home, especially if you have multiple children. And that's who's on EBT, is single mothers with multiple children. So that I don't see the real benefit in that. It's like, what you really promoting though? What you really trying to do? Why is McDonald's why did they jumpstart accepting EBT for food? That's not healthy. Their food is trash. It's trash, and it makes our kids sick. So what do you want? You want us to eat more of that type of food so we can get sicker?
It's some sort of agenda behind it. I just feel like too, with the EBT stuff too, if you make the stuff at home, you're gonna have it to last. Like, it's gonna last you longer than that one meal that you bought at the store. Like,
now that y'all said that, it do have me thinking about, people already don't use their EBT the correct way. They'll sell it and then they still won't have food in the house for their children. So a lot of people, they're probably not just going to be going to McDonald's and taking their kids. They're probably going to be actually just going out to eat themselves or like with other people. And then the kids are still going to be suffering even more. So
Still
I don't know.
hungry.
Hungry.
Or they went out and got steak and shrimp, and the kids got noodles and stuff
Hot
at
dogs.
home.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy stuff like that. Like, do I agree with it? No, because you are still promoting poverty.
But then still imagine too, you got all that money on your food stamp card. You go spend it all on a fast food restaurant. Then you sitting there looking dumb because you ain't got no food in the house. Because you done spent all your EBT money on fast food.
Mhm.
And you already don't have cash, which is why you
Exactly.
get EBT in the first place.
Now you crying because you ain't got no food.
And your kids are starving.
Hungry. Stop my growling.
And now y'all sick.
Mm.
And the hospital bills are going to be way more expensive than that steak and lobster. So
Now, there's two ways I wanted to tackle this. First is because you guys have touched on both of them. One, the original intent is obviously a supplement for income to help you get past certain situations when you're below what they call the poverty line or whatnot. That's what it's supposed to be for. So it's a supplement. That's why you can only buy food with it, supposedly. Now, I have no issue with the system. Yes, there's always going to be people that cheat the system. I'm only saying this because these are the comments that's going to come in. So I'm trying to make sure I've covered all my bases on that. All right. I believe in it to help people. However, this is the beginning of the end. Y'all already know who was in there. All right. He's trying to take them away right now. He's already issued like 2 years where you can only be on now. So all those people that's been on for longer. Yeah. And he's added so many hoops that you have to jump now, even worse than what it already is. Okay, cool. However, what we need to understand is there's a lot of people who, like Sky said, are going to get sick when we start allowing fast foods companies to do all of this. We already, as a nation, are like the most obese nation. Okay, so why are they doing this? Cashless society is one reason. For those who know Mark of the Beast and all of that type of stuff and stuff like that, that is one reason. The second reason is they want people to be sick for big pharma and stuff like that to get more money for medications and things. This is just a step in that direction. We need to understand that this isn't good. It really isn't good. I understood a little bit when it was the coal products because on the opposite side, it was, listen, we're going to throw away all of this stuff anyway. So let's take stuff before it spoils, freeze it, whatever, and allow people to come in and you can rewarm certain foods and certain things like that. I can see that a little bit. Still didn't really like it, but people got to feed their families. One thing that y'all said about the price, one of y'all said about the price, it is, no matter what they tell you, it is still cheaper to buy food than it is to go out to eat. Because I can take with a family of 5 and I can go take about maybe $80 and I can get about 3 meals out of it. If you do like spaghetti, it's $80 for 5 people to eat out at fast food. Now we're not even talking about restaurant plus tip and all of that.
Right.
It's 120 at a mid place. It's about 120 at Applebee's, 5 people to go. So sorry for those who love Applebee's, but it's mid anyway. But yeah. So
I love Applebee's.
was somebody
Not
about to say
too
something?
much.
Hey, listen.
Not too
Listen,
much on
boy.
Applebee's.
What we talking about? Not
That's
too
what
much.
we eating them
I ain't
deals
said
for.
enough.
Need it.
Okay.
And it ain't enough in that plate. But I feel you. So you're gonna go do 2 for $25 to get food and all of that. So now you still at $100. So, but I got you. But somebody was gonna say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we talk behind the camera, and it's like this.
Go ahead, take him behind the veil. Go ahead. Come on. I know where you going with it. Let's go.
It's like this. They have an agenda right now. If you guys don't know what's going on, yeah, go to your TikTok, because TikTok University be, they putting you on to certain things, but it's this program called Esther. Program Esther.
Okay.
I'm not versed in it too much to give you the proper knowledge on it, but go look into it yourself, right?
Okay.
It goes hand in hand with Project 2025, and their agenda is basically take us back centuries.
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways that they're doing it is
These things.
these things
Gotcha.
right here. Making it like, oh, like it's
Like
it's
happy,
something.
like yeah.
Yeah. And it's not. Because we know people are missing. Our people are being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. How many people do you know this year was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and didn't know to the last minute? How the fuck they not know? And we getting routine doctor checkups and
I
shit
was
like
just
that.
about to say that
You
they
know
go
what
to
I'm
the
saying?
doctor often. So there's no way that you've been going and now all of a sudden this is your last chance and you don't have that much long to live.
Right.
Right.
And you've been eating the right diets, you've been doing this, you've been doing that, da, da, da. So how the fuck I get stage 4 cancer?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The additives and
and
things that they're putting in the food.
Depopulation
Tactic.
tactic going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they're doing
Yeah.
Definitely. One of the things is food scarcity. So what they do is, I know we're going a little bit off topic, but I definitely want to touch what you were talking about. What they do is think about the stores that you have around you or I'm gonna say me, in the typical Black neighborhoods. Okay. They're gonna give you a Family Dollar, they're gonna give you a Dollar General. They might give you a Walmart that you still got to go a little bit further to. You're not getting the good grocery stores. You're not getting the Publix. You're not getting the Winn-Dixies. You're not getting as many of them. You might got in the South a little Piggly Wiggly spread out every now and then. But the better grocery stores and stuff are not found there in the blocks. You go, I mean, that's not even just Southeast. That's everywhere. You have blocks and blocks where there's nothing but a bodega in New York, in our neighborhoods. But then all of a sudden you can see Costco's and Kroger's all the time when you start seeing some greenery, if you feel what I'm saying. And that is part of how they're, moving. And that's an easy way to give you all the bad stuff. We're going to give them all the bad stuff. All we can have is liquor stores, Dollar Generals, and those type of stuff around us.
Look at our city. Look at our city now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the north side of Columbus versus the south side of Columbus.
Macon Road split us up, and it changes as soon as you get past Macon Road. It's a whole different Columbus. Before Macon Road, when you coming from Atlanta, you come in, it look beautiful. It's all, you see different little things. You see the
Shopping
buildings.
plazas, all kinds
I
of
can
options.
definitely attest to that because when I first moved here, I lived in Oakland Park. And
OP, the South of the South. Just was talking about it.
So
Broadmoor Drive around here.
Like down there, I mean, they have things, but it's like old, old buildings. And like even when people come and they'll open up like a restaurant, beauty supply store, whatever, it's still like ran down. And then when you get on other parts, they're like building new things. They're like fixing the streets, they're fixing the potholes. Like, where is all this energy for the south side of not just Columbus, the south side of everywhere, really? Right. Like in my hometown, it's the same way. You get to the south of my hometown, it's ran down. Like there's stores, but there's not stores, or there's old stores. And it's like, when are we going to be able to see the fruits of the labor? When are we going to be able to benefit from things that other parts of the world is benefiting from?
Okay. So when we're talking about the fast food, I think in general, we all are inconsistent in on one accord. No.
It's no. It's a no for me.
It's pointless for real.
Pointless.
Besides the agenda that they have is pointless.
Okay. Oh yeah, I got you. But
and even their agenda is pointless too, because it does not benefit the people as a whole. It only benefits, the rich and the wealthy. So
because they ain't eating on all this stuff. They ain't eating.
Sure not.
They're not getting their money back. If it's
They don't even eat American food.
Yeah, we have the worst nutritional system, and that's why we're there. Look at the foods they feed our kids. No disrespect if you work at these school systems or whatnot. All right, I know y'all trying. I know some of y'all are trying, but they only let you go so far. They actually let them do a crab boil last year, and everybody wanted to do a backflip about it. You know, oh my God, that's still.
If you think about it too, you really don't know how you have it until you see what other people have. Because like my hometown, the food that we ate in high school is nothing like the food that's here. Like my mom, she's a lunch lady, and she prepares the food every day. Like they actually cook it. Whereas in my hometown, it's like frozen, and even though they're cooking things here, it's still not as good as it should be or as healthy as it should be for, the children and things like that.
For sure.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. That's what's up, man. That's what we're gonna do for EBT at fast food. We're gonna stay long on that one. We are going to go and transition to how to get your groove back after a failed relationship. All right. This one, I'm pretty sure everybody here has had a relationship that has not worked out or might currently be in transition now. I don't know if anybody wants to tell their business or nothing, but anyway, so that's part of why this conversation is here. So I'm gonna start with to my left, Ms. Noir. So if anybody was asking you this question, what answer would you give them? How? Where would you start?
Asking. But if you want the mature answer or the
I want whatever
street answer.
I want whatever that you want to
Tell both
give.
of them then.
I'm gonna say street answer first. Fuck another nigga. Go, just get some more dick. Okay. But if you really just want to a mature way, I'm speaking on both because I've done both. Okay.
Mhm.
But on the mature way, what you have to do is really, for one, you have to fully let that person go, because as long as you attach to them, their energy's still gonna be on you. You still gonna be stuck in all that stuff like that, right? Then you have to release the emotions that you had with that person. Release it, cry it out, scream it out, whatever you need to do. Then you go in like a prayer, a meditative state, or whatever your spirituality, religion is, or whatever you need to do to clear your mind. Then after that, that's when you start doing stuff for yourself. You like how you want a man to pour into you, you pour into yourself. Like you just take yourself out, buy yourself flowers, make yourself look good, do your hair, speak affirmations of, amongst yourself, and then you'll start feeling better, looking better. And trust me, you're gonna get your groove back after that, because everybody gonna come in. Because once they see that you glowing and knowing your worth, they all come back.
What's
All of
up?
them.
Now I'm gonna tell my fellas, and this goes to the women too, but especially to my fellas, because obviously I'm a fella. Hit that gym up, get you know what I'm saying,
Definitely gotta be in the gym
get them
too.
muscles right. You know what I'm saying. Do what you do, but nah. Honestly though, I'm gonna say, love yourself first. That's the first and foremost thing. Sometimes when we're with people, we give them so much of ourselves, and then we sometimes we lose ourselves. So in order to combat that, you have to get back to you. What makes you you? Who are you? What did I like to do that I probably haven't done in a while? And introspection is very important. Looking inside yourself, because I know there are some people that have never done anything wrong in any relationship that they've ever been. Let me put that out there. However, okay, I don't care if she cheated, whatever, all that stuff. A lot of times it's more than just that. Try not to make the same mistake in the next one. Be better in whatever that you might have done. Now, nobody's perfect. It might even be 90, 10%. But maybe I was a little too arrogant. Maybe I was a little too I didn't listen enough. Maybe it was some other things that I didn't do that person communicated with me. It could be 1,000 reasons, but actually go and see what you did wrong. We know what she did wrong. What did you do wrong? And that's the problem. That's the point. The thing that a lot of people can't do, because they can't ever look at themselves and see, well, damn, okay, this happened, but there was a cause that caused that. You know what I mean? Cause and effect. Or it might not be a cause, but there are some things that I did that maybe just wasn't right. Maybe I didn't care enough. Maybe I didn't show enough support. Maybe I didn't, whatever. Elise?
To piggyback a little bit off of what you said, about looking at yourself, something that you could have done could not have been negative as well. Like if someone was communicating with you and you did do the things that they wanted, and they were still doing you wrong or still treating you bad, and you decided to still stay with them, that's your fault as well. Because why would you
Mhm.
stay with somebody who's clearly showing you that they don't want to be with you? I would also ask yourself, like, what were you doing or how were you before you got with that person? You know,
Mhm.
were you doing hair? Were you doing makeup? Were you
More
in
motivated.
dance class, in the gym? Were you, whatever you was doing before you even got with that person, maybe go back to that. I'm
Mhm.
going through that right now, finding my groove again. I just got out of a breakup and I just do my hair. I do my makeup. I hang with
Mhm.
my friends. I watch movies with my mom. Whatever I have to do to take my mind off of what I have going on, I deal with my emotions, but I don't let my emotions get the best of me.
Mhm.
A lot of times we let our emotions get the best of us and we wonder why we end up sad and depressed. And now you're eating all the time or you're drinking all the time or whatever. And it's because you never sat with your emotions, deal with them, and move forward. You let them deal with you.
Sometimes
So
even let the emotions allow them, like push them to repeat the same cycles over and over
that
again.
too.
So,
That too.
I've done that plenty of times.
And everything y'all said was great, like awesome. But everybody didn't mention the how you get to what you guys are talking about is being by yourself.
Mhm.
You have to be okay with being alone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of people problem, and that's how they do fall back
Into the
into
same cycle.
situations because
Mhm.
they haven't taken the time to sit back with themselves to
Mm-hmm.
figure out,
Absolutely.
dang, I like
Yeah.
dang,
Mhm.
I like doing my makeup. You know what I'm saying? So it's not always fulfilling your schedule with being busy.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's having that time with just being alone
Yourself,
in your
yeah.
quiet space.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
you can be in your head.
Those are the
Cause
times
And
you need to
peace,
cry.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
need to scream. You
Yeah.
need to pray because
Right.
God is always there. You know, don't just try to go to the next person so quickly. It doesn't even
Right.
have to be a relationship. Even if you drown yourself in your friendships or drown yourself, you know, with your parents or your siblings, you're gonna rub what you are feeling off on them
Right.
because you still have not healed and not have gotten better from what hurt you in the past.
Now I will say this: the reason why I had pointed out the two, that the immature and the mature, is because when I did the immature part, it was because I wasn't used to being alone. I didn't know how to be alone. I was scared to be alone. But once I got to the point to where, like, okay, it's okay to be alone. I could be myself. When I'm by myself in my room, I can cry. I can think about whatever I want to think about. I can let out all my emotions and release that before I can get or move on with somebody else, or even just meet somebody else or just hang out with them. Because I know that my energy can rub off on somebody else too
Mhm.
with how I'm feeling. But it's not always good to just go fuck off after a relationship. It's very important to stay by yourself.
Okay.
And also I will add, you know, getting your sexy back is hard. You
It
know what I'm
can
saying?
be, yeah.
It's
Especially if you
hard.
lost yourself.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
yeah.
hard doing that. And women, we tend to fall into our sexuality
Mhm.
for that. So, and we have to watch that a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I feel
sometimes we
like
want, oh, go ahead, baby.
I feel like it's good to have people that are encouraging to you as well.
Mhm.
Like you need to have a circle of people, male, female, whatever, that looks at you and sees your potential in you that you see in yourself. A lot of people, you know, when we going through something and we're sad, we don't see that we used to be a joyful person or we used to be funny, we used to be outgoing. You know, we are kind of like in a shell now. So you have to have people that remind you, like, girl, you know that you're that girl, or you know that you're
Right.
that guy. Put your head back on your shoulders, screw it on tight, and get back in the game.
Right. But yeah.
For sure, for sure. All right. So that's how to get your groove back. All right. So we covered a lot of things. We said get back to you. You could go what they say the best way to get over one man is to
Go
get
lay
under
upon
another
another
one.
Mhm.
Okay.
What's that movie with Angela Bassett?
That's
what I'm
what
Go
saying.
watch
come to
that
mind.
movie.
Yeah.
How
If
to-
you watch that movie and you see the man that she got with, That's gonna get you your groove back.
Stella.
Watch that movie and do what you did.
Stella, how you doing, Stella?
Just go to Africa at this point. Just book a flight to Africa. Don't even book a return flight. Just go to Africa and you'll find your man there and you'll be just like her.
Passport bros and passport ladies.
Oh, you weren't gonna say that.
No, I wasn't. Because if I can't match it up, then I ain't gonna do that. So yeah. Okay, so the next one we're gonna talk about. All right, now we're gonna get into the controversial on my part stuff. Is intuition real? All right, this comes for me because one, I know a lot of people that are big on spirituality. I know a lot of people who are big in church. I know a lot of people who are big in as magicians, and I know a lot of people that are big as false pastors and stuff like that. So I've seen all sides of the coin when it comes to this stuff. So I'm gonna start with, at least this time, talk to me. And I'm gonna let y'all know. I know Sky gonna come with the heat on this one. I already know. Y'all can see her face right now. The moment I said I got some controversial, she looked up and said, "Oh, you do, nigga?" All right. Okay, I got you. So go ahead.
Well, I think that intuition, for one, it comes from God. God knows all, he sees all. So he knows the things that are going to happen before they do. So he gives us warnings before destruction. That's in the Bible. Go read your Bible. Thank you. So yes. And I also feel like, people love to say, women's intuition. I don't really know if our intuition is better than men, but I do know that I be knowing things before it be happening as well. And when I be assuming and I go and find the facts, they back up my assumptions every time.
Exactly.
So I think that intuition every single time. I've never failed. I think that intuition is real, and I think that we all have it. Some of us might have more of it, some of us might have less, but we definitely all have intuition.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like everybody has the gift of intuition. Everybody's born with different gifts, but I feel like everybody has the gift of intuition. Even when you go somewhere, you feel like, oh, I don't think I should go over there. That's your intuition telling you that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like she was saying, I don't know if women's intuition is stronger than men. But again, I found, like, I go off of my intuition now. Of what they say, like, use discernment or something like that with certain situations. Like, it's just, my intuition never really led me wrong. And the times where I ignored my intuition, I ended up in like a bad situation or something like that. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like intuition is real. That I don't have too much to say on that for real, but I know it's.
Mom's got to be stronger too. Yeah. Because my mom, I know everything. She be on it. And I'd be like, you know what, Mom? I'm listening because you never stored me wrong before.
But now a lot of people do be using that intuition and saying, like you were saying, like the fake pastors and stuff like that. And they try to use prophecy, and a lot of times they just be lying, saying that they're a prophet, or they using their intuition of what God said. But the whole time they just lying and playing on it because of, I guess, whatever type of title that they hold in or something like that. So you just gotta be
it's
careful.
So good for you to have your relationship right with God
and follow your own intuition. Because even I can say too, like if I was to watch a reading or something, I can pick and see who is being honest or who is actually like intuitive with that versus somebody who's just copying another creator of what they said spiritually. So it's just like,
so your intuition lets you know that they got intuition or they don't have it.
Yeah, or like they faking it. Like I could pick everything. I could pick up people's energy. Like I know,
you do get a bad feeling when you're around somebody and they're not like genuine or not like being real. It's like it just kind of rubs you the wrong way with the things they say and the way they say it too.
You have to pay attention to the tone.
They're not coming from like a place of like love or understanding. It's more so like from the movie Matilda, when she was talking to the kid and she was like, "I'm big, you're small. I'm smart, you're dumb." It's more so like coming from a place like that. Like they think that they're bigger and better than you, so you should listen to what they're saying, even though they're talking a bunch of crap.
So let's let the resident I don't know the word I want to use. The resident person with the knowledge on spirituality right now, let me put it like that. Talk to me. Do you believe that intuition is real? We know yes, but give me the background.
Yes, I do believe intuition is very much real. These ladies, testified themselves And not to get on religion, right? Because I respect wherever, whatever, who you praise to, right?
Mhm.
So, because they say woman's intuition, right?
Mhm.
It's never man intuition, da da da.
Yeah.
Or even if a man has strong sense of being or energy in the room, it's still considered a woman's intuition,
Yeah.
right? Because that a woman's intuition, a woman period is divine,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
We are the divine. So for me and what I believe in, God is within us, right? According to Christianity, he is us and we are him within, right? So if that's the case, then shouldn't we came from man instead of woman? Right?
Well,
Well, in the Bible, you do
hold
come
on,
from
I mean,
man.
But we did come from men.
Let me cook.
I was gonna say
Let
because
me
I kind of
cook.
get what you're saying because I feel like I don't want to touch too much on it because people religion and
Right.
stuff too, but
Yeah.
I feel like divine feminine, divine masculine.
Right.
Everybody
It's
has
a divine feminine energy,
Mhm.
right? But not trying not to go too deep, right? Science.
Mhm.
If we go back to science, we all start out as female,
Okay.
Mhm.
right? We all start out as female until that chromosome come in. So if we are in God's image, the creator image, wouldn't the creator itself be a feminine divine energy, not masculine energy? So when we go back to say it's woman intuition, we are still saying that's God's intuition.
Mhm.
Ooh, what you saying that, you know what I'm thinking about? Okay, so when God had created Adam, and Adam was alone, doing everything in the Garden of Eden, and then he created Eve because Adam, needed help with the things that was going on in the garden. Maybe our like energy or the divine feminine energy came from God creating Eve through Adam. Like God, because
Can I
God,
pick your brain for a second?
yeah.
Okay. How did you get here?
What do you mean?
How
Like
did you come? How did you come into this world?
through my mom?
Through your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Every being on this living planet, whether it's a cat, dog, goat, comes through a woman. So how are we believing that we come from a man when men have to come through us to be here?
Yeah, I feel
There's
like
not a
women are
I feel
there's
like
not
having
necessarily a
faith.
direct correlation because to make the child, you still need the sperm, that man's part
So
also.
so
So
well, that's what I'm
in
saying. I don't want to go
responding
too
directly
deep
back to
into it
that
because
part.
I got a rebuttal for that for people that say that too as well.
Mhm.
because the men don't have to carry, they don't have to go through all that growing. Or the
Maybe it's
baby
because
and all
God
stuff
knew
like
that. Maybe God knew that men weren't going to be able to do things, which is why he created Eve, because he wanted to bring life into the world.
Or look at it from a different perspective. I'm just saying, hear me out. What if it wasn't Adam that needed assistance? It was Eve that needed assistance. And she needed Adam, a man, a protector here on earth. Because if we go back to science, once again, science proved that woman can procreate by herself through a process called prothrogenesis. I may be saying it wrong, but you look it up. Okay. So God felt like woman had too much on her. So she gave her a partner. So he gave her the
That could
God
make
gave her a
sense, but then
partner.
again,
So
that would completely change the entire existence of the whole entire Bible.
so But because the Bible, and once again, not disrespecting, no religion or anything, it's a matriarch. It's made for matriarch, a manly power. You understand? So even in the Bible,
Is it
it's the
really made
father.
for that, or did people use it just for that?
Well, but that's what it was pushed. That's what's pushed because you got the Father, Man, and the Holy Spirit, but you can't make a baby with 3 men.
Okay, but if God is who we say he is, he's all powerful and all knowing, how come he can't?
Can 2 men make a baby?
We're talking about can God do that? In the beginning of time, when God created Adam and then he created Eve, however Adam was formed, it says from the dust. If God is all powerful and he can do anything, how come he can't create someone from dust and that just be that? I mean, he's God, he can do anything else. How come that's so what is it like hard for like us to like grasp?
I mean,
Well, it's hard for us to grasp
But-
because of how large the situation is.
Mhm.
ahead.
These are two different scenarios of two different things that could possibly be. Hey, I don't know, but I'm willing to continue to have these type of conversations. Love, and what she was going to say.
What was the last thing you said? Because I was finna say something about that. Oh no, okay. So about the part about 2 men, and I feel like there has to be a balance. Everything has to be a balance. Like there couldn't be too much feminine energy. There had to be a masculine energy to balance that out. That's why I don't want to say that because I'm not trying to step
it's
on their
like
toes,
yin
but
and
it's like
yang.
it's just like
the
you got black and white,
opposites
evil and
attract.
good. Like you have to have a man and a woman. 2 men. I mean, if God wanted to do that, he could have made 2 men, but there has to be a balance. You can't have 2 masculines. Like even like if you look in most like gay relationships, even with men, there's one masculine and a more feminine woman. Yeah. So it's just like there has to be that balance. Yeah.
You made a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good point.
Well, if we go deeper into lore and stuff like that, Lilith was there before Eve, but that's a whole nother story, which will go more to Sky and what she's talking about. But again, that's something that I am purposely not going to touch. I just want to throw it out there. Somebody go look it up. And we'll go from there. And I'll come back when I have a full, because I'm going to be honest. Can I go there? To a certain degree, yes. But I like to be prepared and like to have my research done on each one of my topics because I want you guys to hear a full perspective and I don't want to be flying off on, giving you something that I'm 70% sure about and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, okay. For me, intuition is not necessarily real. I will give you that. Maybe there are some people that have it. I will give you that. Okay. I do not think that it is the totality of women or men or everybody. I think most people fall into categories of either false prophets, Inspector Gadgets, or there's a few that actually are intuitive. And I think that is not a woman or a man thing because men have gut feelings. You have a lot of police officers that say, I knew something was going on. I just felt it in my gut. It is the same principle. Now, I'm going to give y'all, I can't say quite facts, but this is Google, this is research, this is what science says, because we brought up the word science multiple times. So when talking about what is tuition, the definition that is given overly abundantly 10 different places. Okay. Intuition is the ability to understand something immediately without conscious reasoning or explicit thought. It is often described as a gut feeling or a sense of knowing without needing to analyze the situation logically. This intuitive understanding is thought to arise from a rapid unconscious analysis of past experiences, patterns, and information by the mind. Now, what I want to say is especially, I'm going to give a specific scenario because most of the time where I hear women's intuition, it is about a man and a woman in a situation and there's either some cheating or there's something going on. The majority of the time, can we agree to that?
Agree.
That's when we're going to hear this.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I'm going to give you my reasons and what I think are what actually intuition is. So there's a phenomenon. When you're driving and you buy a fresh car, new car, and let's say it's a purple Kia, you're going to be more predisposed to see a Kia. It's called pattern recognition, because now that you have saw that car, now you have it in your mind. This is my car. Now you're gonna see any purple
Yes.
or any Kia
Yes,
now.
that happens all the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or if I'm gonna
And-
do my hair like this, I be seeing it everywhere.
Yep.
Like, everybody got
That's
this
so
hairstyle.
crazy.
Like,
Yes, that happens all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay. Now we mix that in with confirmational bias, as in that information that you see, you're going to be more predisposed to accept that. You're not going to talk about the out of 5,000 cars that you just saw. You're only going to focus on that one you saw today. Yeah, I know somebody probably getting their ass whooped in the background, but that's on them. It is what it is. It's not here at the hot seat, y'all. We don't do that right now here. But anyway, now I want to make sure that people understand that intuition is different from instinct. Instinct is hardwired response to stimuli, to something. Let me make sure I put that out there. But I feel that intuition most of the time boils down to, like it says, patterns, information that you have in your mind. Your unconscious mind is able to read through it rapidly. And we look at patterns. For instance, your guy, my woman cheated. Now, whatever that they did, whatever patterns that they did during that time, I'm going to recognize those quicker now.
Mm-hmm.
Then my last point is when we talk about dream interpretation. Okay. A lot of people see things, hear things, then you fall asleep. I'm just giving the most simplest terms as I can. And they hear these things based off. I watched Martin like 5 episodes in a row, right? Went to sleep, dreamed I was in Martin. Dreamed I was a character in Martin.
Yeah.
You know, now I can say that was my intuition telling me I need to be on radio and need to be a podcaster. I mean, God gave me dreams and all that stuff. In literature, Sherlock Holmes is able to look and see minute little clues and can tell you about yourself, when the last time you changed your drawers, what illnesses that you have based on your eye twitch 3 times to the right, all this stuff. It can seem like it's intuition. That's what I feel that the majority of cases are.
Mm-hmm.
Especially these pastors, and I'm going back to this, and these people that be out here preaching to these folks and trying to tell them, they give general things that can fit to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do readings. I'm gonna put that out there. I was a fuck nigga in my young days. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I was a fuck nigga. Okay, I used to make money doing a lot of different things because I was smart enough to figure out how to manipulate people and to get them to believe whatever the hell I wanted to do. I was a masseuse, so you know what I was doing that for. I was doing readings. I was faking the hell out of it. I'm talking about, but I watched somebody at a club for about 30 minutes and see different things and stuff like that. I seen your boyfriend come in the club and y'all got in an argument. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you a reading. You're going through a troublesome time right now.
Just playing with them folks.
Oh my God, I am going through a troublesome time. Okay, now you get one thing right. You get one thing right. They're going to accept just by anything else from you. And next thing you know, they coming to me giving $50 reads real quick. You know, now I'm telling them something about you got money coming in your life very, very soon. This your money line right here. You can go Google the 3 little lines and all that stuff. This your money line right here. Go play the lottery. I'm gone. I ain't somewhere. I'm somewhere whole different. I'm gonna relinquish the floor. I know I just talked for a long time. Y'all talk to me.
You know, I think you made a great point when you brought up police officers, because I don't really think police officers be having intuition. I really think most of the time they've been on the job for so long, people are the same. You know, like criminals or whatever. People are the same. They make the same moves, the same mistakes, and blah blah blah. So when you're going somewhere and you're seeing something, and it's like you've dealt with a case, let's just say 15 years ago, that was this same way, and you're thinking about the things that happened in that case. Now you're finding clues of what to look for and to who to talk to, who to ask. But that's based off of the things that you have went through before, or the people you had to talk to before in your other cases and stuff. So I think that was a really good point, because a lot of times people do mix intuition with like kind of using like your common sense. Like when we think about relationships, if you're dating somebody and you and your boyfriend do this all the time, y'all talk all the time or whatever, and then all of a sudden he kind of stops talking to you, or you know, your girl, she stops doing this or stops doing that, It's not that you have intuition, it's that you're used to them doing things a certain way every single day.
So you just
And
gotta-
now that
Pattern
they're not
recognition.
doing it, it's
Yeah.
like, I'm seeing the signs that you're changing. Is it someone else? Is it this? Is it that? And 9 times out of 10, it'd be like someone else. But
And the reason why I'm gonna piggyback off of that a little bit. The reason why they always be like, "Oh, it's woman intuition, whatever," because it's always the men who break their cycle.
yeah,
Mhm.
they can't never keep their pattern when they go
Right.
and do something else, which is why you always find out that they are doing something, because now you don't have the
They
energy
out
for
of
the thing.
routine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
and it's a natural habit. Like, you, even if you know, like, you'll tell men, all men or people in general have a routine. It's certain things that you do every single day, all the time. They can know that you know that about them. And then they'll still go out and do something and they'll still break their routine, because that's just a natural reaction to you sneaking around and doing something that you should not be
Because,
doing.
baby, I'm a dog. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Well, go ahead. Oh, what's up, man? Sky, you get the last word on spirituality and, is intuition real? Let you get back in this kitchen, because I know I was cooking like a motherfucker. Ain't nobody tell me on that one, but I understand what you
was
what you be
cooking,
doing.
yeah, you was cooking,
What's up?
and
Talk to me.
and you just have to be open when you talk about these things. You can't just be one, what I'm saying,
Mhm.
narrow minded, because it's different perspectives on everything. And I feel like everybody have a point. Like, it's
Mhm.
validation and everything, because at the end of the day, we really serving the same God.
God, yeah. Everybody's got
We're
different
referring
names.
to the same thing, and everybody's spirituality is different, right? So it's going to look different for everybody.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? My spirituality don't look like your spirituality. Your spirituality don't look like hers.
Everybody's on
Mhm.
their own walk.
Own path.
Whether
Yep.
you believe in God or you believe in, another being, everyone is still on their own walk. So what you're going through is not what someone else is going through. And it's good to have an open mind and to be able to listen, because someone always needs an ear.
Right.
Maybe they don't have anybody else to talk to, but if your heart is closed off and you're like hard about it, and they're coming to you, maybe God could have been using them for you to open the door for them, and you just slammed it right in their face and locked it behind you, instead of just actually hearing what they were saying. Maybe they were trying to figure out where they were at in their spirituality, and you just plummet them down. Now they don't even want to think about it at all.
Right.
So Doug Hampton says, let me bring this up real quick. Or 9 times out of 10, it's your feeling and nothing else, and your tongue has brought it to life.
But that kind of
That's
goes to
true,
like
too.
Self-fulfilling prophecies.
yeah,
Or
like manifestation. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can think
The
about
power
stuff
of the
a lot more.
tongue. Be
Yeah, the
careful
power of
what
the
you
tongue
say to
is real.
people.
And people don't listen to that. They think you can just say whatever and
You
say whatever.
cannot
No.
say
Your mouth is
whatever.
really powerful. You need to be speaking life into people and
Mhm.
positivity. Don't piss me off. Stop looking like that.
Because one thing about it,
No, you better
those
say
bumps
something.
and bruises and scars and scrapes, they heal.
Mm-hmm.
But them words, them motherfuckers don't
They
go
stick.
The
nowhere.
traumatic experience is
Mhm.
still gonna be there, no matter if you like. You can, the saying where they have it where if you drop a glass plate on the ground and you say sorry to the glass plate,
that shit still
it's not-
broke.
it's still gonna be broken. You can even take glue and glue it back together. You're still going to see that the plate was broken,
It was cracked.
because sorry does not fix everything.
Mhm.
That's
like
no,
that.
that's a whole nother
like
show
that.
right there.
Yeah, that's
That's
another
going
topic
that's
for another
that's
day.
gonna be
Yeah.
next week,
Yeah,
definitely.
I like that. right
Sorry ain't sometimes sorry ain't it.
I'm tired of people saying sorry to me. Apology not accepted.
Right, because
Okay.
at this point, actions speak louder than words. Now.
Okay.
And
Oh,
this-
I didn't know we were preaching today. Okay, that's what's up. We're gonna let them know what's up.
I'm gonna say
Listen.
that for that segment. I ain't gonna-
Wow.
We ain't gonna say-
Okay. All right, so we're gonna move this right along. Okay, we've been 50 minutes so far. We got about another 15 left. We're going to get into defining intimacy. I'm gonna start off saying, fellas, I'm gonna need you to pull in. Ladies, I'm gonna need you to pull in, because there's some misconceptions on both sides that I'm gonna talk to. Now,
Mhm.
who want to go first on this one?
I go
Alright.
first.
Oh,
All
you go
right.
ahead.
All right.
Okay, so what type of intimacy are we talking about? Like,
Well, we defining it as
Okay.
first of all, right now. That's what we're gonna do. Let me
Did you
switch
have the
the.
exact
yeah, do
definition?
you have the definition?
Oh yeah, I got plenty of that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Let's
well,
hear that.
Well, read the definition first.
Okay. So, in defining intimacy, we are going to read this is the most common one that I found of about 10 different spots. Intimacy, as far as relationships, can be categorized, but hold on, in the different types, each contributing to a deeper connection between individuals. These types include physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, experiential, social, and creative intimacy. Now, I want y'all to understand what that definition. It says in relationships, but in relationships don't just mean your
Boyfriend,
significant other.
girlfriend, yeah.
This is friendships. This is people that you work with. This is your work
Partnerships,
husband, your
business.
work wife, all that stuff. I don't know if y'all
Talk
believe
about
in
work
that.
husband,
But,
work wife.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
you shouldn't have one of
Yeah.
those. Go home to your real life right now.
So you can have a work husband or wife and not be married. It's a
Mhm.
kind of caption of just
Yep,
that
yep.
person at your job. But
The
yeah.
relationship that they have. Most of the time, when it's real work husband, work wife, it's just two people that work well together.
Yeah.
But then people change it
But
to
don't
where,
don't
you
give them
know,
all the ammo for another time. Now don't let them come back that week. We already got half the topics already for next week, y'all. Okay, so y'all remember them too because my memory is super horrible, by the way. So I just want to let me read that again. The different types of them: physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, experiential, social, and creative intimacy. All right, there's a lot of different types, y'all. So go ahead, Sky. Run up on it.
It pretty much cover all the levels of intimacy, but I don't know what area to tackle.
Start with one. Start with maybe okay.
Okay, let's do relationships then.
Yeah, let's talk
do
about relationships. Mhm.
Okay. So a lot of people think that intimacy is about sex,
Mhm.
right? And relationship is intimacy is not all about sex. It can be, for me, it's if you get in my head, like you can, if you can capture my mind, then that's real intimate for me because a lot of people be on a shallow level of thinking. And if we can get deep and talk about different things and different ideas, and you can see my perspective and I can see your perspective, and we don't argue, and I can learn something from it and take something from it. I may not agree with it, but that's still intimacy to me because you was comfortable enough to let me in your head.
vulnerability.
Yeah.
And that's why I'll let you finish.
Mhm.
She kind of tapped on
So
what I was saying.
Yeah.
that's emotional. Most of that is emotional. What you were just talking about, intimacy. It goes
Intellectual.
further than
That's
just.
what like you said, it's
Mhm.
intellectual
And then-
intimacy.
I think that's my favorite too.
And
Okay. So you said if they can get into your mind, so you're talking specifically. Got you. That's intellectual intimacy.
Right.
That matters to a lot of people.
mhm.
And men, got to hit on y'all for a second. My issue is I understand as your love language, most of us like to go to physical touch. Understand. I tell everybody, you stroke my ego, you stroke my cock, and you got me. Them the two things. Words of affirmation and physical touch. Those are my two. However, intimacy is more than just that, gentlemen. So if you run straight to that, a lot of times we're going to be off balance. That's that miscommunication. I don't want to generalize everybody, but women tend to like other types than just that. That opens up the physical intimacy,
Mhm.
the mental,
Mhm.
whether it's a sapiosexual or whether it's just people who just in general, like you're saying, if I can have a type of conversation with you that I'm hitting the different things that's going on in my life, that is a different type of intimacy. That in itself is, let me get it right. I'm gonna say it correctly, is experiential. That is built through shared activity or experiences.
I wanted you to talk about that because I never heard of experiential
Mhm.
intimacy. And I was the whole time I'm sitting here like, what is that?
Mhm.
And now that you said that makes perfect sense.
A lot of times
Yes.
that's with our friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah. Yes.
A lot
Okay.
of times.
Okay. That makes
These are the
sense.
shared experiences. This my partner. We got these all these memories that we can just go
Right.
into.
Yep.
My
okay.
friend, we can literally talk for 4 or 5 hours on the phone 3 times a week if we actually had the time to do that. And ain't nothing gonna be said differently because every experience that we've had since we was 15 years old, we're gonna talk about and bring it up.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Mark Walker. What's good with you, Playboy? You know you my partner. He don't do Facebook, but he do all the other ones. But yeah. What you got?
I wanted to say because I mean y'all done said the definition pretty much took what I wanted to say, but
We'll restate it in a different way, shall we?
I got you. I'm getting there. But what I'm gonna say is, I feel like in order to even have any sort of intimacy, trust has to be there with the other person. Whether it's in friendships, if you want to vent and talk about past experiences or whatever, or share what y'all have in common, or if it's through physical touch, sex, and stuff like that, like you have to trust that person to do that. Even on an emotional level, like you have to trust somebody in order to be vulnerable with them and have that deep connection, that deep conversation. And for me, like I'm just use my personal experience. I love to like feel the spiritual connection first, or like the vibes, and see where we connect intuitively, I guess. But then it's like after a while, like we become close, safe. This is a relationship type of thing. Like I have to trust you enough to be vulnerable with you and tell you my emotions and how I feel about you, then you open up to me. And then to me, it's like once we find that common ground or like talk it out, then it leads to the physical intimacy. To me, it's just like how sometimes like when you get into an argument with your girl or something, then y'all arguing, then y'all just fuck right after. But it's just like I feel like fucking ain't really intimate, but that's another story. But I feel like
I say the same thing.
but having sex is, but fucking no.
Okay, so let's break it down even farther. Even with physical intimacy, it's not necessarily sex. That is a part of it. Physical intimacy involves physical closeness and touch, ranging from non-sexual acts like hugging and cuddling.
What if somebody's like washing your hair?
Yep.
Yeah.
The touch.
You know,
Yep.
washing your, rubbing your feet.
Mario had
You
that
know
song,
what I
Braid
mean?
My Hair. Why don't you braid
Mhm.
my hair? You know what I'm saying? That is a form of intimacy. Some of the best moments that I've had with a significant other is like maybe we're sitting on like a stairs and I could be above, I could be below. One of us is in between each other's legs. It's no sex, but it's just that touch. That person is just right there.
Right.
We just vibing. You know what I mean?
They're present.
We watching TV on the couch and you know what I'm saying? She laying on me on the side, or sometimes I might be the little spoon that day. Hey, it is what it is. You feel me? And that is some of the best times where it's not about sex.
Right.
Sometimes, and I know it sounds crazy as a man saying this, sometimes the pressure of that when it's just there, just like, hey man, hold on, we ain't even warmed up, man. Hold on. Like, come on, I want to be incubated too. I want you to bake these cookies in this oven too. You know what I'm saying? Let's preheat this oven for a second. You know what I'm saying? Take off clothes slowly, like do something.
And usually people take their time to have sex with people that they really like. You know
that
what I'm
wham
saying?
bam, thank you, ma'am, means you ain't really can too much. You just trying to get one.
If you sit in there, you know, because you can have a sexual relationship too now, and that's just be it. Because I'm speaking from experience. Like I like what you got over there, you know, and I want it sometimes, and that's just what it is.
I really feel like mentally that clouds you a little bit when you are thinking about like when you're thinking about like who you want to be with, when you're dealing with so many people, or not even so many people, but when you're dealing with people and it's like surface level, like we like to think that you can just come and you could just have sex with somebody and then that be over. But if sex is more spiritual, like we all say that it is, then that means that you can't do that. It might not mess with you right then and there, but something about that is messing with you mentally, because that's not what it was designed for. It wasn't just designed for us to just be casually, you know, I'm just going to meet up with her and we're just going to, you know, that's why other parts of I can't even think of the word that we talking about right now. Intimacy. Other types of intimacy is so important because sex is really kind of surface level when you
Superficial.
are not, superficial. That's what I meant to say. When you are not actually seeing the person for like who they are. And it also clouds your judgment too. Like you'll be with somebody and you'll have sex with them and you won't know like they're a bad person or that they're not good for you because, the sex might be so good,
Yeah.
and that's not good either.
Get them sex demons.
Shit.
demons.
Sign me the
And
fuck
sex
up.
demons are real.
Sign
Very
me.
real.
Sign me the fuck up.
You literally pass demons and pass spirits through sex all the time.
That's what
And
they
no
say.
one ever thinks about that. That's why when you have sex with somebody and you're realizing like, oh, now you're depressed or now you're this, now you're that. That's probably because they were depressed and you just didn't
Right.
even know that because you were so busy looking at his abs or his dreads or,
And
Sign
his
me
skin, blah, blah,
up.
blah.
you gonna sign me
Sign
up.
me up. Sign me up. I'm talking about John Hancock all over it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, again, this is another one. I don't really subscribe to that, man. Sometimes if it ain't intimate, you just bust your stuff and you just go, and that's all it is. And that's all, I can go to sleep. And go to sleep, no problem. I go to sleep, like, no problem. Like, won't even think about it. Like, the person could die tomorrow, I won't even cry, like, at all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry if that sound horrible, but not for the one that matters. That's different. But
No,
if I'm on some outer space, I'm on some outer space shit. That's all I'm
Right.
doing. I'm Jetson with it. You know what I'm saying? We out
No,
here.
I feel you on that because I lived a particular lifestyle. You feel me? So how can I put this? So
Get the hot seat now. We kind of be into a little too PC all the time now. Everything now. But I got you. Understood. Your personal business.
So it were times where I could do that and not feel anything because it's being blocked out. You feel me?
Mhm.
And so there's no, it's like a force field kind of. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to penetrate that and leave that with me because I blocked you out. And I know it sounds like, well, how that work or da 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 da. It's just
It's kind of like when you have your mindset on like what it is and what it ain't. It's just like it is what it is, pretty much.
Yeah, it's blocked. So I'm not feeling anything.
Yeah. But I will say this: all STDs ain't sexual; they spiritual. Sometimes.
Damn, I'm gonna clip
That's
that.
deep,
I'm gonna
yeah.
clip that. Yeah, ooh.
I like that one.
I'm gonna clip that. Jackie Lynn, what's up with you? Man, Doug Hampton, man, appreciate you being in, man. Doug comes through from time to time. He says that's why they call it demon mode. Now listen.
Demon time.
Demon time. Yeah. Now, I don't know how y'all feel, but I definitely say I can slide up in there and slide on out like the Silver Surfer. You know what I'm saying? Same way you slide them DMs, same way I can slide up in that thing. And, all right. All right. See you later. I hope it lasts longer than that, but you get my point. All right. So today we covered defining intimacy, how to get your groove back, EBT for fast food. I think we, in a general synopsis, I think for the most part, defining intimacy is more than just sex, gentlemen, it's more than just sex, ladies. And watch who you're doing this stuff with because you can transfer. It's not just STDs, spirits, stuff like that. I do believe in that, but I got to try to throw a little something extra in there. How to get your groove back. I think collectively it was worry about yourself, do things for yourself, and then
Spend time with yourself.
yeah, spend
A
time with
long
yourself.
time.
Not just jump back into something.
Right.
Let's see. Then EBT for fast food. Listen, man.
It's
Y'all
enough.
cook at
Y'all
home.
cook.
Yeah, I'm changing
Like
my
your
answer. I'm
grandmama's
saying
used
no
to.
as well.
You
I
ain't gotta
don't
do
think
that.
it's a good idea.
Cook from
No,
scratch.
seriously, after hearing what y'all said, it makes perfect sense. There's always a hidden agenda. And now that I'm thinking about it, this is a part of that plan. And it's really not a good idea. Like, it's not going to benefit anybody in a better way. People are going to be
sick.
not after
Probably
the
stealing
food stamps
EBT
come in.
cards.
But what you one quick story on there. I worked at younger, right? And it used to kill me how much money people would spend on them crab legs. I worked in the man and spent $250 on seafood. Now I know when you cook seafood like that, that's for day seafood, 3-4
Yeah,
days and
not
stuff
for
like that.
real.
And they cook it in bunches, bushels. And I'm talking about it would be people
That's wild.
with shacks that are ripped up and nasty and stuff. Your kid coming.
Smart shoes. Why are you not buying your kids better things for cheap? Don't you think that they should have more expensive?
Man, them kids
Spend
feet
your
gonna
money
grow in them 3
correctly on
years.
your children. I don't care if they get the shoes. You shouldn't have had them.
Got to put one caveat in that because you're 100% right. But because of these streamers, Walmart shoes, because
I do want them to
low-key
finish
though.
it.
yeah,
Them
Kai and all them
Yeah,
ABS thing. Now that's a name brand. Now it's $50 for a shirt,
Yeah.
and that thing was
They used to
$4.99.
have it at Walmart.
Right.
Yeah, what you talking about? So yeah, so that's just listen, man. I appreciate everybody that's here with She Noir. Talk about give me a word of wisdom, advice, anything. Listen.
I don't know, but I guess based off of what we talked today, love yourself. That's all I can say. Love yourself. Make mature moves. in your
Okay.
life.
They daughters about these little boys. They know than you do.
Right.
That's it.
For you will be for you. Whatever you need shall be provided, and what you don't have, you shall obtain. And you can also find me on Facebook and TikTok at Skyrain, and also
And Instagram at Beauty Eats if anyone needs their makeup done.
girl, you do makeup.
I do.
Yes, she
I did my
does.
own today.
Top 10.
Yes.
She did my
I
daughter.
did his daughter's makeup for her
Yes.
prom, and
Yep.
she looked so cute. She's such
Yeah.
adorable chocolate little girl. The key and Instagram.
She talked that big shit.
It's Shade Noir. It's Shade Noir Ho, but it's spelled the same way with 3 E's at the end.
See, now I can't even get it. All right, y'all. So this is my public service and now all podcasters, radio hosts, native. Okay. We need to wield the power, the influence, the mojo, whatever, the movement that we wield it with pride and wield that power in a correct way. I am tired of seeing guys coming on here, no facts, no opinion, and you're leading people down bad roads. To all them red pill cats that's out here, that type of
I hate
dude,
them.
you know, I don't care if it gets to my ass. But let me tell you this right now. Y'all some a big personality. So I want to make sure that I'm not about talking about on anything else. You can have a woman that has be the smartest person in that room. Okay. Now, I might not agree with certain from the feminine perspective or just something that somebody has lived. Because I understand that some things never do that, man. I ain't gonna never do that. Man, I got in there, man. I was like, that shit matters. Okay. Sometimes you got to do that from time to time. I was stunned because I went through a lot of child abuse and stuff like that. I was stunned about never whipping my kids. Ever. Like I was never ever gonna do
have
it.
that discipline.
And then, man, boy, and you know what I'm saying? And it's like, hold on, wait a minute. Sometimes it is a part of something.
Yeah.
But to get back to the podcasters, y'all don't be living nothing about what you have done. You don't go and do any research. You don't provide any definitions. You don't provide any sources to your material. I can tell you, when I said something is a definition, I got it from Webster. I got it from Urban Dictionary. I got it for different things because there's a difference between colloquialism. There's a difference between connotation and denotation. The actual definition of it, or then what we use it for in society nowadays. I can't think of at the moment. But the point is, as I do my research, y'all don't be doing no research. That's fine. I understand. Cool. I truly believe in.
Right.
About 90% of my research or the things now. There's going to be opinion put in different things like that, but I can back them the fuck up, and most of y'all can't. So I get tired of listening to y'all just. It's another guy. It's a guy he preaches against being with women coolly. His name is Kids all the time. He's like a Kevin Samuels, and
it's projection. He's miserable with his life. So he doesn't want guys in the right way and maybe not being still with that person, but you're telling other people how to live their life, the life that you probably wish you were living and you're not.
I got one more thing to say. And
come on,
really
let's get it.
Topic. PSA people, because this goes back to the angle. And just because, somebody.
Why they doing that? And it always
Right.
happens to be like right before an election cycle that they're going to shoot you some little bread.
If you look at the patterns and, pay attention, and it's going back to, this was about a couple of weeks ago, and I always tie it down to spirituality and this and that, but it's being aware the systematic changes and shit that's going on that oppresses our people, and they make it so appealing. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta, I'm sorry, I know it, we trying to end it, but you know, this is for our people. I was watching Roots, right? And watching Roots, I was just like, damn, we really, you know, like if you working for a big corporation or whatever, and you always in the hustle and bustle of working, want to work overtime and this and that. Oh, I don't do nothing but work and go to sleep. Why?
Right? Why are you not living? Why are you
Why are you not living?
You know,
Like you're being a slave. Basically, we're sharecroppers. You get what I'm saying? Because we go to work for these people, make them billions of money, and they give us pennies on a dollar, but we have to nickel and dime ourselves to live. And that's the same thing that was happening after, you know, the Jim Crow and all that, you know, and they was allowing them to, you know, live and work on the property as free slaves, but taxing the shit out of them.
Right. So it was really not even free.
Yeah.
And that's what America is. So to say is people, our people, especially because we the only people that are not intertwined with our people. You know what I'm saying? We are the only people that always degrading each other, men and women, you know what I'm saying, both sides, because we all guilty. So we have to do better, because they really are trying to terminate us, which is really impossible, you know, just to be real. But we just need to be mindful of what they are trying to give us. We can give ourselves everything. We don't need them.
All right. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take your advice and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fuck more white women so I can make more black babies. And so that way, you know, if we all black, then they can't fight us no more.
Okay, so wait.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No. I got something for that. So is your wealth gonna go to your white woman, or you gonna make sure your wealth go to your children? Cause that's the only way that's gonna matter.
With shit, for me, no matter who I'm with, it's gonna go to my children, my next level. If I can, I'm gonna write it up where it goes that way. When I actually build something that
because that's how we lose our wealth too. You know what I'm saying? Transfer of wealth. Our not knocking any men, okay? I'm just saying. You know,
like Shannon Sharp. But yeah, got you.
Our black men, wealthy men, whether they go play basketball, football, rapper, whatever, they get set up with a particular type of woman, and that's where the wealth is transferred and it's never reached back to, you know.
Yep.
Exactly.
Get divorced after 2 years. I had your baby, bam.
Versus
you know what I mean?
No,
if you
for real,
marry
it keeps
black.
happening. I don't understand how they keep falling victim to the situation, because it keeps on happening. That's why some of them are getting smart and they're putting their affairs in their mothers and fathers' names and stuff like that. But even then, it's like you would not have to do that if you actually chose the right partner instead of choosing someone that looks good for the image.
For the kids.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh, she made a good point, because people,
and I don't know what people problem with brown and dark, with brown and dark,
mixed looking kids,
but we're brown kids, dark kids.
And I hate when our own kind be saying, I don't want no black ass baby, I don't want no dark skin.
I do. I don't want kids, but I do.
Why does that even matter how dark or how light the baby is? Like, I don't know. It just be our own kind sometimes.
When my woman got pregnant with my son, and he came out real white from the mountains of Caucasus type white. I was with the doctor when the doctor was doing the things. I was in there and I said, "Bitch, you got something you need to tell me?" And he started laughing because, you know, we used to joke just period or whatever during that whole time. But yeah, I just want to say that. Yeah.
Whose goddamn white baby is this?
Yeah, exactly. Pat Williams, know what I said? Like, you
Yeah.
crazy. It was for that. All right, y'all, but we're going to leave off on that, man. Listen, we gave y'all like a whole 2 extra topics, so y'all can't say this is the only podcast around here, at least around here, where you could talk about literally all this type of stuff. You got you some jokes, you got you some entertainment, you got you a lot of different things, man. So we're going to leave with this outro song, man. Jay Biggs, man, did this for me, man. Mr. Conversation, intro and outro. It's Mr. Conversation, baby. And we're going to get up out of here.
This hot seat, latest information. The streets can't compare so first.